Welcome to the Isle of Veyruhn. Beyond the edge of the known waters lies the Isle of Veyruhn, a place whispered in sailors' tales and sorcerers' dreams, cloaked in mist and mystery. It is said to hold the Tower of Veyruhn, where a wizard of ancient power vanished from history. Now, the Dominion of Caelthorn has arrived, led by General Thorne Vael, a tactician of cold resolve and burning ambition. They seek to claim the Isle and uncover its secrets before any rival can draw breath. Scouting parties fan out, searching for signs of the tower. But the Isle does not sleep. From the northern coast, a new threat stirs. Ratmen, twisted and cunning, have landed under the cover of night. As General Vael hears of their arrival, a clash brews. Mercenary Captain Paulo Ricardus, bold and reckless, stumbles upon a warband led by the rat champion Kislik and his shaman, the foul Doomclaw. They meet at a forgotten stream. Half-buried statues leer from the soil, stone faces twisted in agony. Exuding a rancid aura of death, the land remembers its pain, and now it will taste blood once more. This is the beginning, the first clash on Veyruhn. The tower awaits, but only one banner will reach its shadow. Welcome to the Isle of Veyruhn.
Here we are with our first battle report in this campaign. We've got the ratmen coming in from the right, and Paulo Ricardus and his human troops coming in from the left. And it's myself with the humans and Wayne with the ratmen, of course. And it's a simple scenario where they're trying to get as many onto the opposite side of the small river as possible, which is difficult ground apart from the bridge and a ford at the bottom and the top.
Okay, so I've moved up in my turn. All my activations went okay, apart from the rangers, which are the gut runners there. So basically, for this army, it's all Skaven, but I'm using the human stats. And the rat ogres are ogres. So all the activations went well, apart from the gut runners. They failed the activation, but the wizard had got the fleet foot. Fleet feet, I think it's called actually. So it was +2 movements. They've moved past the scenery.
So this unit here, we've got +2 to.
Yeah, they've got +2 to move, and then everything just moved forward. And, yeah.
And probably the one event of the turn was the light catapult, which is my cannon, fired across and killed 3 of these soldiers here. Apart from that, it's all moving up.
Okay, turn 2. So everything's moved up. My soldiers, clan rats here, have made a beeline for the bridge. They've had a scuffle with the spearmen. Took 2 casualties each. I managed to pass my morale. Paul failed his morale on his spearmen. We both moved back an inch because the combat was actually drawn before we took the morale tests. Doomclaw, my warlock, has cast the +2 movement fleet foot from the previous turn, so the gutter runners moved up. So these guys here, they moved up. They then took a shot at the line breakers and killed 2, which was a bit of a bonus. But in return, they got shot by the catapult and lost 3, but passed their morale, so that was quite important. And then the other thing really from the, I'd say my stormvermin have been aggressive, and they've got their feet wet currently in the stream. But they're trying to get across the table so they can actually cause Paul some problems.
And then we've got Kislik in that unit over there.
He's the champion.
And then Captain Paulo Ricardus is pointing at the gutter runners there. So yeah, moving on to turn 3.
Okay, so turn 3. It's been a bit of a fight on the bridge again. I managed to win the combat this time by 1. Paul killed 2, I killed 3. And I've pushed them back an inch, now they're disordered. The storm vermin have got across the river, but then they got peppered with the archers and lost 3 again. But they passed them around, which was good. The cavalry, Paul's cavalry, looking dangerous on my flank, but then I've moved the.
They don't seem to be able to activate though.
No, they're probably going to come good when it matters. But I've lined my rat ogres up to hopefully give Paul some choices or counter the charge that's on the storm vermin. And my clan rats in front of Paul's line breakers, they failed to activate, so I had to kind of just shimmy across. And also the random event for the start of the turn. I've got I rolled double 5, so
which you forgot about.
Yeah, which actually I did forget about. I didn't really.
Yeah.
I suppose I should have used it here.
Yeah,
I should have used it here, and I didn't.
But they did a pretty good job anyway.
But they could have had +2 defence, +2 fight, which is pretty big, and I forgot to use it. But the other random event is some zombies have turned up. And we randomised where they would turn up, and they turned up there.
They've been disturbed by our passage, the strange things that are happening on this island.
Yes, there's obviously something going on, and so now I've got the zombies kind of facing the rear of my unit.
And my cannon killed the last of the unit
that
was
yes,
here.
My rangers.
The cannon has been doing a good job so far.
My gutter runners got pummeled.
So the rules for the zombies are that they're going to basically try to attack the nearest unit. So we'll still roll an activation for them, but
we're going to use the skeleton stats for the zombies.
That's right. Okay, great. So we're moving into turn 4. So getting towards the back end of the game now, over halfway.
Okay, so turn 4. The epic battle on the bridge is not so much of an epic battle anymore. The disordered spearmen, Paul's spearmen, activated through Paulo using his command trait. My clan rats failed to activate, so they couldn't charge. So kind of not much happened really there.
But there was a battle here, wasn't there?
There
because
was,
we thought
yes.
that Paulo had died at one point, but we got the rules a bit wrong.
I rolled 2 10s on my combat, but then when we checked the rules, it's only 10 on the champion dice, and I don't have a champion in that unit, so it was just. But I managed to kill 3 line breakers, and Paul killed 3 clan rats. Was it 3?
Yes,
3? Yeah. So there was a bit of a standoff there, and we both passed our morales. As you can see, the zombies are a bit closer. So what we decided to do with them, because we haven't got the spellcaster control, we haven't got a necromancer on the table. They're gonna still activate on 3, but only 1 dice. So they failed to activate. They rolled a 2, so they've just moved forward. A bit like from clan rats, because I think they would have got battered. The wizard has decided that he wants to stay alive a bit longer, so he's scuttled away to the side. Vermin charged the cavalry, and that was quite an interesting combat, because I managed to kill one of the cavalry, and I took nothing in return. Having said that, the archers Paul's archers shot the storm vermin and killed 2. The rat ogres then moved up, because I'm thinking I don't think the storm vermin are going to be there much longer with an impending cavalry charge. The zombies, another set of zombies came on, but they've just come on this turn, so they'll try and activate next turn. And I think your cannon, did it fail to activate again? So you you tried to shoot the zombies, didn't you?
Yeah, tried to shoot the zombies and rolled 3 3s.
Yeah. And I think that's it.
So going into turn 5, so 2 turns left. See who's got the most left on the board at the end of that, as to who is going to then withdraw back to their place where they've landed.
Okay, turn 5. That was complete carnage.
Pretty active turn.
Yeah. So if we start over on this flank, so there was multiple combats where the chieftain and the cavalry fought, and the chieftain then broke. Then the ogres went into the cavalry.
Just going to have a slight pause. There's a little doggy just under here. Just showed you how messy the room is. But, hello, Pippin. Coming in. Right, sorry, carry on.
So then the ogres went into the cavalry. They killed 1 and didn't take anything in return. So pushed the cavalry back, and the cavalry failed their morale, so they're disordered. The zombies activated and ran into the back of the archers. With 5 attacks, they killed 5 archers. It was amazing. And then the archers broke and ran for their lives. So they moved back 6. So we've done it with if anything fighting the zombies, it'll always be a move back 6, because they want to obviously get away from them. The zombies over here ran into these clan rats and killed 3 of them. They then failed their morale. They killed 1 zombie in return. They failed their morale. They all had disorder, but they're sitting in front of this unit. That's 2 separate units. They got pushed back from the bridge. They fought on the bridge, and the spearmen won that combat, and so that's why they've ended up there. The wizard decided, Doomclaw decided that he was going to run from this point here onto the bridge and save the day. He actually killed 2 spearmen, but then got absolutely murderized in return.
And Paulo, he lost his combat.
He did, yeah, and he got pushed back to the river, into the river.
But he used his special rule, stand your ground, to not have to take the morale check.
So it's been
active.
It's been really and it's been really good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I may have slightly forgotten to shoot my cannon.
Oh my god! Do you want to do that now?
Right. we'll do that and see whether they'll shoot. It will shoot the zombies, and so you'll see how many zombies are left.
Okay. Okay, so complete carnage in the last turn. So we'll go from this side of the table. The zombies came in and made short work of these clan rats. They fled. They didn't become disordered, but they did move back 6 inches. They took some casualties. The combat here was a bit of a stalemate. No one actually got disordered, but as you can see, there's only 2 clan rats left there as the line breakers, and Paulo got stuck into them. The spearmen are still holding the bridge. The cannon, or the catapult as it were, was fired at some zombies which were threatening the lone hand gunner. So they actually hit and killed 2 zombies. The archer there is there for the reason that the champion and his last line breaker went into them and killed all but one. The moment of glory that I thought I was going to have with the rat ogres was that they would pivot and charge the cavalry to hopefully win the game, and of course they failed their activation because they're ogres, so they activate on 7s, so they rolled a double 2. So they just sort of just stared a bit sort of dumbly at the cavalry, and nothing really happened there. Paul's cavalry couldn't charge because it was already disordered. So the final score, very tight. So it's models remaining. So Paul has a huge count of 10, and I have a count of 9. So Paul's won, and we've decided, however, because of the presence of the zombies and both armies being very nervous about being attacked from behind by zombies, both armies have decided that it would be very wise decision to retreat and kind of get back to their main forces and report back.
Yep. So they will be going back and bringing back reinforcements. So more will follow as they try to make their way into the interior of the island to find the fabled wizard's tower.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will see how that goes. So let's do the handshake.
Great game.
Good game. And we do need to do a little bit of admin, but great stuff. Right, so it's this is for the wizard. What was his name?
Doomclaw.
Doomclaw, the wizard, to see what happened to him. So 4, he is wounded. So he misses the next battle.
Okay.
As he's recovering, and he doesn't gain any experience points.
Yeah.
Right, so in terms of experience points for the legendary heroes, so we've got Paulo, just here. So Paulo Ricardus, he participated in the battle, so he gets 10. Remained on the table at the end of the game, so he gets another 10. I won the battle, sort of, so he gets another 10, so he's on 30. Did he wipe out any units?
No.
No. And he didn't get any other heroes.
Yeah.
So he gets 30 experience points.
Okay. Kislik?
Yeah.
He gets 1 for surviving.
Yeah, 10.
Oh, sorry, 10.
10 for remaining on the table. He didn't win. Did he wipe out any units?
No, because he
survived by
the survivor, the archer.
So he's got 20.
Yeah.
So basically you have to get more than your cost to move up a level.
Yeah.
So it takes a few battles to do that.
So 20. Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Brilliant.
When the clash finally broke, neither side could claim victory, only survival. The stream ran dark with the fallen, and the air hung thick with the stench of steel, sweat and fear. Caelthorn's vanguard and the ratmen of Kislik had torn into each other with brutal resolve, each determined to seize a first foothold on Veyruhn. But the battle held a deeper horror. As the last cries faded, the statues that loomed over the field began to stir. Stone faces cracked, hollow eyes glowed, and from the earth itself crawled the dead, rotting, mindless, drawn to the scent of blood. Zombies awakened by some ancient curse, shambled into the moonlight. Both armies recoiled. Even the ratmen hesitated, their snarls turning into uneasy chittering. Something is wrong on this island. Something old, something hungry. With their forces battered and their courage shaken, Captain Paulo Ricardus ordered a withdrawal. Dragging the wounded back to Caelthorn's camp, on the far bank Kislik hissed commands of his own, pulling his warband into the shadows of the jungle. Each commander now carries grim news to their masters. The Isle of Veyruhn has revealed its first secret, and it is a warning.